Greetings and welcome. I'm Melinda Perkins.
And I'm Shannon Russell.
And we are currently enrolled in the Media, Diversity, and Society Journalism class here at the University of Tennessee. Shannon and I are both agriculture communications majors, and thus when preparing for our research project assignment, it was a no-brainer that we wanted to do something related to agriculture. We chose to focus on women and minorities in the agriculture industry and how they're portrayed in media. To better understand the ideology and the frame of women and minorities in agriculture media, you must first understand what an ideology is. An ideology is a system of meaning that defines and explains the world and makes a value judgment about it. Essentially, stereotypes stem from ideologies, and there are several different stereotypes that women and minorities can be placed into in the media. Shannon and I will break down each of these groups and how they're framed in agriculture media.
To begin, we're going to talk about different races in agriculture media. White Americans are the most common race depicted in the media. You will rarely find an African American farmer in the media, whether that's an advertisement or the news in general. When they are included in the media, they are portrayed as lesser or a farmhand or a role similar to that. This frame of typical farmers can make it difficult for other races to get into the industry. This is something that we see on the ag campus here at UT quite often. I want to give you some numbers from the 2012 census. One thing to keep in mind is this is not counting everyone in the ag industry, only farm operators. In the state of Tennessee, there is a total of 100,555 farm operators. Only of these 100,555, 98,614 are white, 1,391 are African American, 774 are Indian or Alaskan, 198 are Asian, and 743 are Spanish, Hispanic, or Latino. These numbers are sad and pretty scary for minority students here at UT. This separation would probably decrease if we marketed and publicized other races in the media.
It's kind of hard growing up to not really see somebody who is kind of in the professional goal that you plan on, being a part of. Like, for example, I want to be a veterinarian, and I know growing up, I don't think that I had not necessarily like a role model. I've seen, minority veterinarians, but sometimes you don't see it where, like, you're living or like, going to high school, you're not, having that person to really look up to and seeing them. So coming to college and being able to help, freshmen and sophomores, achieve their goals, achieve internships, it really, makes me happy, and I definitely know it makes like the rest of my exec board happy because we can see the work of MANRRS happening.
Just like in any other setting, women are viewed as lesser in the agriculture industry and in agriculture media, whether it be print ads, commercials, infographics, etc. Women are often stereotyped as those who work in the house all day long, cook and provide 3 meals a day to their husbands in the fields, and care for their children. Oftentimes, women are also framed as just another farmhand, yet they don't get the recognition that their hardworking farmer husbands receive. It is rare to see a woman operating a tractor or driving a truck and trailer or caring for a sick animal in agriculture advertisements. However, in reality, women play a huge and diverse role in agriculture. Women make up nearly half of the student population here in the College of Agriculture Sciences and Natural Resources, and women also make up 30% of the United States farming population. These women play a large part in agriculture as agriculture educators, reproductive physiologists, researchers, feed salesmen, farm managers, agronomists, etc. As women in agriculture ourselves, we have seen that while men are preferred in the field of work, that it doesn't mean that we can't strive and succeed in the field as well.
So my name is Carrie Stephens, and I'm a professor in agriculture leadership, education, and communications. Women in the field of ag are very suppressed, not really by choice, but because that's not the common thing to do for women to lead colleges of agriculture. And so that was a really enlightening study, but what I found was that a lot of those women that were viewed as leaders really were supported and mentored by men who really encouraged their presence in those colleges of agriculture. So out of that, there was a portion of that study that really looked at the challenges that these women had to become leaders in agriculture. And I started to look around at the textbooks, the commercials, the advertisement, which is what kind of led me to view that women are viewed in agriculture as still the homemaker, the ones who take care of the children. Yes, you can work outside the home and that's accepted now, but to actually lead a farm or being in production ag or to be very successful, I think, and be highlighted in the field of agriculture, women just are not, they're not being projected in that way at all.
I believe that females are becoming more predominant in the FFA and 4-H organizations like that. However, I believe that this is different from what is actually reflected in production agriculture. As a beef producer, going to get my master beef certification and BQA, I see a very large disparity in the females present in these type of events, as well as shows or sales or anything like that. So as far as actual production, I see a limited amount of women.
After conducting these interviews and doing research, we analyzed a variety of different agriculture commercials and print advertisements. For example, these images come from the Dodge Ram So God Made a Farmer commercial that aired during the 2013 Super Bowl. Throughout the duration of the commercial, there was only one minority shown and 0 women. When comparing these two images from the Tennessee Home and Farm magazine Meet a Farmer section, the woman farmer is displayed as being fixed up and working in the farm store, as where the male is out working hard directly in the field. These are just a few examples of how women and minorities are not equally expressed in agriculture or agriculture media. As Shannon and I have both learned during our class this semester, we can now see that just like any other industry or any other type media setting, women and minorities are still not equally expressed.